I can't breathe. There I close my eyes, so hard to reach. Your smiles turned into crying. It's the same release. And you always know, and you always know that I'm your summer girl. I'm your summer girl. I'm your summer girl. I'm your summer girl.
After my time in LA, I flew to Texas. After a pit stop in San Antonio, I made my way to Nacogdoches, a sleepy town in the center of Texas. My cousin fetched me from the bus stop, and we arrived at my aunt's place by night. I stayed at my aunt's place for a few days and just chilled. It was definitely a much needed break from all that exploring and walking from the previous cities that I've been. And I'm just glad that I had family in these parts. One egg. Thanks, chickens. Milo! Say something Texan. Oh my darling, oh my darling.
We got this. We broke my tooth.
It was my second time in Nacogdoches, or Nac as the locals would say. It's got a small town vibe, which I love, and it's a very family-oriented town, I could say. On one Sunday, my aunt took me to church and later took me to a Texan buffet. And the food was just delicious and of generous amounts. I can definitely attest that everything is bigger in Texas. Worth noting is the Louisiana gumbo, which is my favorite in these parts of the US. And on my last day, my cousin cooked crawfish, a seasonal Nacogdoches produce. It was time for me to move on, and my cousin from my father's side fetched me and took me on a road trip.
Cheers.
We were heading further south, stopping by at some towns, and I couldn't miss the opportunity to look for geocaches. Of all the towns we stopped, I really enjoyed my time in Austin, especially in South Congress area. It's got a young, hippie vibe, and you should definitely check out this part of Texas. If ever you're in Austin in the fall, don't miss out on Austin City Limits. It's a music fest that I always wanted to go. In the west, they have Five Guys Burger and Shake Shack. In the east, they've got In-N-Out. In the south, they have Whataburger.
I call a Joe. Don't let the one I love go there.
Here.
There's a chance.
I'll show you.
Ito. Ito na dito. Pag hinay kay Lapo.
I'll show it again.
Open it.
It's raining, Nine!
Pag-ulap na, hindi mo na sila. Naghayang mo sa imo. Ayaw pagkalit kayo.
One time, we went all the way south to the border town of McAllen to try to step foot to Mexico, and then go back to Texas after a little sightseeing. It was my first border crossing, and you can definitely tell the sudden shift of infrastructure, the way the buildings look, the way there are vendors on the street. You can definitely tell that it's not the US anymore. And in a way, it got me pretty excited because soon I'm going to be flying all the way to Mexico City. Little did I know that going back to Texas, I was stopped and was interrogated for half an hour. I had to prove that I was an illegal alien, even though I hold an Australian passport. These are the problems of persons of color who are traveling. Therefore, check your privilege. You are very lucky to be traveling and being not questioned in every border you go. So I came out unscathed from all that kerfuffle in the border. To cheer me up, my cousin took me to some TexMex. It's a combination of two borders, Texas and Mexico. It's a
They wanted
delicious marriage
chocolate so
of
much
flavors
your
of two
cacao
different
your
cultures. Food will always be the solution, and everything was alright in the end. Probably the most famous resident in Corpus Christi was this Latin pop star, Selena. You'll come across her shrine in the Esplanade, where her songs play on the background. She truly was a legend in the music scene, especially for breaking the barriers as a Latina. My time in Texas was about to end, and my cousin decided to give me a haircut to give me a fresh start for the road. What do you think, guys? Please comment on the comment section. If you think of Texas, one would not imagine that it has a beach town, but upon close inspection on the map, it is bordered by the Mexican Gulf. The first time I was here, I was just amazed that this exists in Texas. It was also here that I caught my very first fish. It was a pompano, and we ate it for lunch.
Pompano lunch is served.
My cousins always take me here whenever I'm in town, and I can say this is my favorite corner of Texas. Serene, quiet, at peace, and close to your loved ones. And in all honesty, those are the things that matter. Follow me on Instagram at The Local Drift and like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to click the bell button for notifications on new videos. And guys, you can also support me by simply buying me a coffee. It's that simple. The information is on the link on the description box below. Wow, that's a mouthful.